Well, the show doesn't go ahead without Anthony Joshua. And AJ has been unbelievable through this whole process. I mean, not an ounce of anger, not an ounce of resentment, actually not even really an ounce of major surprise. Just someone that's ready to fight. Has trained for 12 weeks in Dallas with Derek James in 110, 120 degree heat every day. And he has knocked his bollocks out in this camp. And he wants to smash someone up. And that's the mindset right now. And he's always been a great pro. But this just shows me again and again the hunger that he has for the sport. Financially, it impacts everybody. But it's more than that to him. He wants to perform. He wants to show the world, and show himself, more importantly, the improvements that he's made with Derek James. It's been difficult to not say too much, but he has been on fire in this training camp. And we expected a fantastic performance from him. And he wants to show you that. So the instruction from him was clear. I would have been more than, I think it would have been more than reasonable for him to say, was training for Dillian Whyte, obviously the money's changed, everything's changed, my head's gone a little bit, let's reschedule. But he said, no, I want to fight. And when he gave me that instruction, we don't let him down. So as we sit here now, perhaps 3 hours, perhaps 8 hours, perhaps 24 hours away from signing his opponent, we want to make it happen. The calls come in from the undercard, from the trainers, from the managers, tell me it's still on. You have to understand in boxing, they only get paid when they fight. It doesn't matter what level they're at. It doesn't matter if you're making 10 million or 5 grand. You only get paid when you fight. So all of these people on the undercard have spent 12 weeks of their life spending money on their training camp, travel, food, equipment. And AJ's is several £100,000s in his training camp, and they want to fight. So we don't want to let anyone down. We don't want to let the fans down. We don't want to let our broadcaster down. We don't want to let Anthony Joshua down, the other fighters down. People come out of the woodwork in this situation. We've had loads of them. I've had 30 heavyweights. Going from the English heavyweight champion, Sol Dakers, who's 7-0, is he 8-0? To Andy Ruiz, who comes out saying, I will fly over on Monday or Tuesday. You just have to give me a lot of money. I haven't even discussed it.
Johnny Fisher,
Manuel Char, Ajit Kabir. You can imagine the numbers that are being thrown around. It's a bloodsucker industry. All of a sudden, everyone smells a pound note and says, oh, I'll fight AJ at a week's notice if you give me 4 mil. People, Southpaw's been mentioned. He's trained 12 weeks for Dillian Whyte. And we are going into, we believe, a Deontay Wilder fight after this. So we want the right fight, we want him to go out there, but I just want to watch him shine. And hopefully we can make that happen. We saw him on Fox a couple of times, batter Adam Kanauki. He lost to Deontay Wilder, he got knocked out by a shot that would have knocked out a horse as well, and he came to fight. It's the reason he got knocked out in that fight. He can punch, he's 6'8". He won at the weekend, sent me a message straight after the fight from the changing room. I actually think it's a tricky fight. I think it's quite a dangerous fight. You're going to get criticised whatever you do. You got people like Filip Hrgovic, who's had a 12-week camp for a southpaw. His team aren't going to be looking to necessarily just jump in with Anthony Joshua. You've got Dempsey McKean, could have been an option. He's a southpaw. AJ's not going to fight a southpaw. So you've got other people saying they'll take the fight, but the money just doesn't work. So it's very difficult in this situation to make everybody happy.
If there are fans who bought tickets to see Joshua Whyte and are now looking for refunds, what's the next steps and process?
As always, we'll be fair to them. If you don't want to come, then you get a refund. But you're going to see a great night of heavyweight boxing, and you're going to see a great performance from Anthony Joshua. So I suggest you keep hold of them and enjoy the night at the O2. But we understand the situation. We're all big boys. And if you don't want to come and enjoy the night, then refunds will be made available. And that will be announced when we announce the opponent.